Hello everyone, it's Janet again with another design team project for Wild Orchid Crafts and the Wild Bunch. This time I made some cupcake pincushions, and they're similar to some of the cupcakes that I've made in previous videos, but these are pincushions, and I made these for my quilting buddies that I'm going to the quilting retreat with, so wanted to give each of them their own pincushion cupcake. And I made them in different colors, and I was going to wrap them all separately, but then I thought, well, some people might like different colors more than another, so I thought, well, I'll just take them and display them on cake stands like a cake, and then they can choose which ones they want, and it's kind of a pretty centerpiece too. So that is my intention, and I used a bunch of Wild Orchid Craft goodies. And on the first ones I made, I used the small rose trimming, which is this stuff right here, and this is the pink, and that's OZ00010. So what I did is I took a little one of these peat pots, so they look like this. There was actually two different kinds that I used. Some of them were this kind of material here, and then some of them were kind of a pressed bark material. But I took one of these pots here. Well, they're hard to come out. But then I just cut it down. I took about this much off of the top so that I would end up with that size, because I didn't want them too big. They would be wrong proportion. And then when I pleated the paper around the bottom, the measurements on that is 1 3/4 inch by 12 inch. And then pleated it, scored it at every 1/4 inch, and so it made just was used perfectly, and this is the way it came out. So I was able to make several cupcakes even out of one 12 by 12 piece of paper. And then for the pincushion part, I just took a square of muslin. You don't want it too heavy, and I just took this and just put it down inside of the little pot, put it down like that. And then I poured in some walnut shells. These are crushed walnut shells, and they are great for making pincushions because they keep the pins and the needles sharp. I got this at a local craft shop. I don't know if like Home Depot or some of those places sell it too. I'm not sure, but that's where I got. So I poured it in there, and then I just made sure that I had plenty. So actually when I pulled it out, I even poured some more in, and then I pulled up all the sides and put a rubber band around it, and I made sure that I shaped it so that it would come out a nice round shape for the cupcake top. And then I poured hot glue down in here, and then I just put it back inside there. And then I put my paper, pleated paper, around the edge. And on this one I used some of the Guipure lace and then some other little trimming that I had around the edge here. And then I just wrapped the rose trimming all around the top. I used some fabric glue, and I tried to use it sparingly. I could have probably used it a little more sparingly because sometimes the pins are a little hard to push in. And I have pins all in here to look like sprinkles, but you could stick pins in anywhere. And so it is a very usable pin cushion, the whole top of it. Then I used a little bit of the seam binding, and I just took the cream seam binding that Wild Orchid Craft sells, and I just, in all of these, I used seam binding, and I just dyed it with some of my different Glimmer Mists and different things that I have to get the different colors. Wild Orchid Crafts does have a really nice selection now of colored seam binding, and I did get some of that, and some of that is used on some of these cupcakes as well, so check out their new supply. And then I used several different of the roses in the center of the seam binding, and this one is the baby pink wild rose 1 inch FM00369. So that is this cupcake, and this was some of that romance novel Prima collection used here. Same sort of thing going on here, except for I used the black rose trimming, and here I used the cotton lace from Wild Orchid Crafts. And this little rose here is the two-tone champagne pink small curly wild roses FM00259. This rose is my absolute all-time fave at Wild Orchid Crafts. I just love the yellow-pink combination. And for these 4 cupcakes back here, I used the large organza trimming. So on this one I used the gray, and I just thought it turned out stunning. This is some of the Teresa Collins paper, I forget the paper line, but this gray, oh, I just thought it really turned out beautiful, especially with the pink accents on it. So this is the gray organza rose trimming, OZ00004. And actually I found out after I did the small rose trimming, the large rose trimming actually takes a lot less time to do because there's fewer pieces that you need to glue on. So this was really quick and easy and fast to make. So I just used the pleated paper. This is just some trim from my stash, the rose trimming on the top, some pink sewing stick pins. This is another one of the baby pink wild rose, and some more seam binding. So once I figured out how I was going to make them, I just whipped them out in nothing flat. They're really easy to make. And this is with the Taupe organza rose trimming, OZ00005. That's this here. And so this was some My Mind's eye paper that I used. So this one is kind of in a aqua and taupe and pink color. So, and this is also some just lace from my stash, but I used just a real variety because I was making so many I had to just use what I had. Here's another one of the gray ones. But in this one I took the small cream rose trimming and put it around the edge, and that looked really nice as well. So that is this one. That's another one of those baby pink wild roses. So that is that one. And this is using the large baby pink organza rose trimming. And this is some paper that I had left. I just had a little strip left over, and so I used this. I thought it turned out really pretty with the green and the kind of aqua green and pink. And this pink rose here was from the Pink White Small Curly Wild Roses pack, PM00037. And the baby pink organza rose trimming is OZ00003. So this is that cupcake. And around the edge here, just some different trimming from my stash. So it's really fun just to use what you have and put different combinations together. Really turns out nice. And then I have an assortment down here of just some others that I used, just other trimmings from my stash. This is a light green, some wild orchid seam binding, and another wild orchid baby pink wild rose. And here's another romance novel one with the pink floral top, and another one of the champagne wild roses, curly wild roses. So that is that one. Here's another one of the My Mind's Eye. This is using some of the Guipure lace with the cream flower here. And I'll put all the numbers down below. Here's another romance novel with kind of a yellowish cream colored floral trim with another one of my favorite flowers, and also some more of this kind of trimming. So that's that one. And another one using the Taupe large organza rose trimming from Wild Orchid Crafts, and another one of those from the big Pink White Curly Wild Roses pack. So that is that one. And then I have another, this is a cream one from the Prima romance novel. I think I was able to get 6 out of 1 sheet of the Prima romance novel collection. So pretty inexpensive project, but I think it makes a really nice gift. And then here is kind of a spring green with another piece of that paper there.